totally absurd.
Still, Hutchinson stands by her story, and so does her publisher, Simon & Schuster. Through it all, Hutchinson says she's still a Republican, but don't expect her to vote for Trump.
He is dangerous for the country. He is willing and has showed time and time again willingness to proliferate lies and to vulnerable American people so he could stay in power. To me, that is the most un-American thing that you can do.
Randy Kaye, CNN.
Perspective now from two of Cassidy Hutchinson's former White House colleagues, Sarah Matthews and CNN political commentator Alyssa Farah Griffin, also CNN contributor John Dean, who had his own historic moments testifying before Congress during the Watergate scandal. Alyssa, the New York Times is reporting a fascinating detail from Hutchinson's book that she writes about Mark Meadows burning so many documents in the waning days of the administration that Meadows' wife complained to Hutchinson about how expensive it had become to dry clean the, quote, bonfire smell from the suits.
Yeah, so the chief of staff's office has a lovely fireplace in it, and my understanding is that in those final days, by the way, publicly, Mark Meadows and others were saying there's not going to be a transition. Donald Trump won the election. They seemed to be getting ready, knowing that a transition was coming, and he was burning paperwork. Now, I'm not an attorney, but I was someone who was subject to the Federal Records Act, which required that any presidential documents, even if they're not classified, even if they're not sensitive, you are required to archive. So even at minimum, that's a basic violation of that, but who knows the actual contents of them. And just the fact that he was doing this while at the same time saying they were, the president had actually won, they weren't leaving office, kind of shows that he knew he didn't.